Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Naomi. Sorry, my jars, they got in the way of the camera, and I didn't notice it because I have a checkered shirt and the top of the jar is checkered, so, anyway, back to my video. Today, I wanted to talk just a little bit about another sustainability thing that I am trying that I was super skeptical about. This one is a rough one for reason that there are things that you do that have been ingrained in your head since a child, and sometimes those things are hard to let go of. And that's how the case with me. So today, we're going to talk about deodorant. I have been using Secret deodorant my entire life. Okay, not my entire life. I started using it when I was like 11. I like Secret. Secret is good. Secret works for me. It's always done the job. But when you're trying to reduce plastics and everything around you is packaged in plastic, there are some things you can't get away from. So I have discovered that if I can avoid the plastic packaging, I will, simply because I feel like it makes up for the things that I absolutely have to have that are packaged in plastic. Because all of us will have things in our lives that we can't do without that come in plastic packaging. I'm on a thyroid medication. I'm hypothyroid. I have the slowest metabolism on the planet. I sniff food and I get fat. So I am on a thyroid pill, and thyroid pill, any type of medication from a pharmacy, comes in a plastic bottle. That's unavoidable. I can't get around that. So there are other areas of my life where I reduce plastics just because I can. This is another area where I can reduce plastics. This was a hard one. This is a rough one to give up. This deodorant here is almost gone. And I have been thinking about giving up antiperspirant deodorant that comes in plastic packaging for a long time. I have wondered, always wondered. My grandma always said that this was really bad for you because it's got aluminum in it and it blocks your pores, and she said that's not healthy, you're supposed to sweat. My grandma said things about deodorant that have always stuck with me, and I always wondered if she was right. Some of the things that we do to ourselves for the sake of smelling pretty or looking pretty, some of these things are actually very harmful to us. So I decided to do some research and think about it, and I still had plenty of deodorant left, so I had all the time in the world to think about it, because I always buy extra. I am the one who likes to have extra of everything on hand. It's the whole prepper side of me, those prepper tendencies that I have, where, loud vehicle, it happens around here, but the prepper in me always likes to keep extra on hand in case of emergencies. It's just the way I always have been. It's the way I'm programmed to be. So I had plenty of deodorant, and I was like, let's just ride this out. I've got time. I know how much deodorant I have left. When I'm almost out, then I have to make the decision. So I started reading up, and there are people who there's a crystal stone that you can get. It is a big chunk of salt, and you wet it and you rub it under your arms, and supposedly it cuts body odor. And I was looking for one of those. I can get them on Amazon if I want to try one, but I was also looking to shop locally for whatever it was I was going to shop. So I went to Natural Grocer, because I thought for sure, since it's a health food store, and that is one of the problems I've noticed even with a health food store, everything is packaged in plastic. Literally everything. So I went to their deodorant section and everything. They had a crystal deodorant, but it was it was like a regular deodorant stick, and it was all in plastic. And so I was like, okay, that's not going to happen. The only thing that they had that had no plastic was this. Buddha butter deodorant. And what's in it is baking soda, shea butter, tapioca flour, coconut oil, and cocoa butter. All things that I could buy and put together to make my own deodorant. It doesn't really have a smell. It's kind of a little odd. So I was like, okay, that'll be a replacement. And then I decided I had all the ingredients to make a deodorant in my kitchen because I've watched several YouTubers, minimalist slash sustainable living zero wasters. I've watched several videos about them making deodorant because there are so many things in this life that we can do in a more sustainable way. But it's always extra work. But I was like, you know what? It's not that difficult. I watched the video. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to try it. So what I ended up making, and the jar was too big, so I did double the batch just so that the jar would be half full, which I know it's crazy, but I did it. It's a little bit melty at the moment because the temps did get warm. But anyway, I did the recipe that is 1/3 of a cup coconut oil, 1/3 of a cup baking soda, and 1/3 of a cup cornstarch. And I used melted coconut oil, stirred that all up in there, and then I dropped in 10 drops of lavender essential oil and 10 drops of lemongrass. I absolutely love the smell of lemongrass, and in a deodorant, it's phenomenal. So I did do that recipe. I did double that recipe. And then I put that in the fridge, let it harden up, and then I moved it up to the bathroom. Now that is what I've been using this week since Saturday, I want to say. Saturday, something like that. I haven't used the little bit of secret that I have left, I haven't even used that because I wanted to transition over the weekend to my zero waste sustainable deodorant. Well, I wouldn't call it zero waste. The cornstarch that I have in my cabinet comes in a plastic or a big plastic container. It's Argo cornstarch. So I do need to find a more sustainable way to buy cornstarch if I'm going to do this and do this zero waste. So I will admit that. But I mean, baking soda comes in a cardboard box. And then coconut oil you can get in a glass jar. So no plastic. But there are more sustainable things that I need to do to perfect this. But I'm on the right path. So I made this deodorant. I tried it out Saturday and I was so paranoid about smelling bad. But surprisingly, it worked and I was fine. And then I wore it Sunday to church. That was I was a little nervous about that. I was like, oh, I actually have to go somewhere. I have to go to church. Like, I don't want to go to church and then smell bad. But no, deodorant held up fine. And then Monday, went to the parade, was out in the sun a bit. Deodorant still held up. I worked the last couple days. So I'm, halfway through my work week? Anyway, my deodorant has held up. My coconut oil baking soda deodorant is doing the job. So that was very, very surprising to me that you can go into your kitchen, stir up some ingredients, and use it as deodorant and have it actually work. Because my whole life I have believed that natural deodorant wouldn't work, wouldn't cut it. So I've always believed that I had to have my secret powder fresh, antiperspirant, invisible solid. Like, this is a necessity for life. Apparently it's not. So now I have found a healthier way to do deodorant and a more sustainable way to do deodorant. So anyway, that is my latest venture, and I will, when I get low, I'm going to do next time I make it, I'm going to do a video, a do-it-yourself video, or I might go ahead and do it on Friday, because Friday I need to do a DIY video anyway. So maybe I'll do it anyway and just make my daughter a batch of homemade deodorant. We'll see. I have a couple other things I want to do for my DIY video day. I've got actually a whole multitude of things I want to do for my DIY video, but I need to do it on a weekend when the lighting is better, when I'm home during the day, because this waiting until the evening and doing a video thing with this bad lighting is just, it's not working that well. The lighting in my front porch is great in the mornings and the early afternoons, but then once evening hits and that sun starts to drop, the lighting is bad in this room. So anyway, thank you for watching my video about deodorant and my latest thing that I'm doing, I guess, to try to reduce plastics. I do plan to, every time I do something new and learn to adjust to something new, I may give myself a period of adjustment before I talk about it on my channel, because some things I did for literally years before I even had a YouTube channel. So there are things that I would rather adjust to and get used to, and if there's any kinks, work out any kinks or whatever before I share it on my YouTube channel. But I also want to share this journey that I'm on, where I'm learning how to do things that are more sustainable and less plastic. So some of the things that I share with you are things that are new to me. There are other things that I will share that will be things that I've been doing for years and am well adjusted to and absolutely love. So thank you for watching my channel. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button, and if you have other social media, hit that share button so that other people can come watch my videos, and it helps my channel out. So thank you for watching. You guys have a wonderful day.